Hey, what's good everyone? Let's talk about channel banners. Before we roll straight into the video, hi, my name is Richard. I make how-tos and videos alike to help you make better content for your channel. If you like the video, hit a like, drop a subscribe. Oh, drop a like. If you like the video, drop a like and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss the following videos. I also started streaming recently, so if you have any questions or you just want to hang out, there's a link in the description box below. Right, channel banners. Often overlooked, deprioritized, or straight up ignored. Yet so important for consistent branding across all platforms. Be it on Twitch, Facebook, or what we will be focusing on today, YouTube. Important disclaimer, for this video I'm going to be using Photoshop. I know. If you're good with any image manipulating software, you can easily recreate what I'm doing here. I'd also like to point out that I'm not a skilled Photoshop user, so we'll be going over very basic stuff. Number 2, banner sizing. Now, this is the important one. Let me show you. YouTube divides your banner into mostly 4 sections. TV-sized devices will take the full resolution of your banner. Large screen desktops get a very wide version of your banner. Tablets and PCs get to see a slimmed down version, but still a lot of detail. And smartphones get the smallest section. With that said, we want all our viewers to see what our channel is about. The most used devices your viewers watch videos on for your country will differ from mine though. So I'd recommend looking up what device is most popular to your audience and design accordingly. I found a nifty little template for the sizes used and have it linked in the description box so we can finally start with creating the banner. Open Photoshop, go to File and click on New. Select a project, add a width of 2560 and a length of 1440 pixels. Change the background contents to transparent and click on Create. First up, drag and drop that template image file onto the canvas and set the opacity to around 60 to 70%. We want to use this as a guideline. Next, to visualize those guidelines even more, go to View, add New Guide and create 2 horizontal and 2 vertical lines each. Great, we're doing well so far. Now let's choose a background. But what background? For my new banner, I used a stock image from Pexels.com. Pexels is a great website for free stock assets made by people around the world. They have a huge library of videos and images, so let's take this image from Adrian. Don't forget to thank the artist with a nice tweet when you do decide to use Pexels. Adjust the size by dragging the corners out and position it however you like. For this example, I wanted minimal detail in the middle and most visual extras in the surrounding area. Make sure the image you are using has a high resolution so you can stretch it without pixelating too much. Alright, background is set. Now let's spice it up a little bit. Depending on your color scheme, the following steps may vary a little, but you'll see why. Select the background image layer and go down to the Fill and Adjustments layer icon, this button right here. Click on it and select Gradient Map. In its basics, a gradient map takes the shadows and highlights of your image and lets you control their color and luminosity. Choose the colors you like by clicking the gradient bar and choosing a preset, or making your own gradient. The options here are limitless, so play around. If you want my colors, here they are, with an emphasis on the highlights. Cool, background done. Let's move over to the text. In this case, the text is what is really going to make a difference here. Choose fonts that go well together and have a general idea of what you want to show. In this example, we're using a username, slogan, and social media account names. But you can put anything in there you want. Lots of streamers have their schedule in there, for example. The fonts I'm using are GoGo Poster Punch Regular and Montserrat Medium. They complement each other while keeping their own strong characteristics. There are also a lot of websites that let you combine fonts and show which ones are most likely to be used together. So go out there on one of those sites if you have no idea what you want to use. Select your background layer and press T on your keyboard. Now type your username. Depending on your last project, you will need to edit the size. You can either edit the font size or select your text layer and press Ctrl T. This will enable free transform, and by dragging the rectangles out or in, you can freely edit the size. Position your username in the middle. Now on to the styling. For a little sass and to make your username pop, take part of your name, make a new text layer, like we did before, and type that part. Make it the same size and delete it from your original layer. You might need to do some positioning here, but it's well worth it. Double click the layer you want to color to add a layer style. There's a ton you can do here, but let's keep it simple with just a gradient overlay. For my own, I just used an orange preset for the colored part and a subtle gray one for the main part. Now add the rest of your text, slogans, social media plugs, or your schedule, and align them nicely. Here's a style I really like, which makes it look like a pyramid. Easy to read, yet still interesting. Another interesting style is to have your slogan at the beginning letter of your username. This creates a small imbalance, which makes it look more interesting. Now the finishing touch. Disable the size template. Click on the top layer, hold Shift, and select the bottom layer. Duplicate all selected layers with Ctrl J and then create a new visible with Ctrl E. Now select a new layer, go to the Filter tab and choose Camera Filter Raw. This is where we'll make the whole thing pop and really polish the final result. To start off, add some saturation. Depending on your colors, I'd keep this anywhere from +15 to +30. Then increase the vibrance by around 10 to 15. Lower the blacks and shadows a little, and really make those whites and highlights shine. If you want to see a before and after, by the way, click on the little Y icon right here. Now add a tiny bit of exposure and click on OK. All there's left to do is to export the file, so go to File, Export As, and save it as a PNG or JPEG wherever you want. Make sure to also save the project so you can come back and change the background or change colors, etc. later on. After you've saved it, head over to your YouTube channel. At the top right, click the camera icon and upload the image here. Position it and check for any errors on the different devices, and when you're happy, hit apply and enjoy your new channel banner. If the video was helpful or you learned something new, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Come and hang out on Twitch every Thursday if you have any questions or you just like to hang out with like-minded people. I'm going to grab a coffee now. Later.